Hello and welcome back to the 7th episode of the Dlsone podcast. I'm your host for this episode, Daniel Goodman, or DG Cubes.
I'm Adam, or the Rubik's Cube.
I'm Avocado, or #Cuber.
I'm Allison Lee, or the Programming Cuber.
And in today's episode, joining us is Sean Belke, or UberCuber on YouTube.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on our podcast, Sean. Before we move on to the questions with you, we would like to say a quick apology for something that we said in our last episode. So if you haven't heard our last episode, we did this segment where we were given a time and a person and all that stuff by Adam, and we needed to guess what event that time was from. And so there was one person from Greece, Kostas Papadopoulos, and I would like to apologize for first of all not thinking that Greece was that great at cubing, and also for, sort of making humor of your name. That's not an okay thing to do. We all, feel bad about it, and we apologize for that. And after looking into it, he actually does have, a YouTube channel with a bunch of subscribers, which is really impressive, and he's done a lot for the Greek cubing community, so props to him for that, and yeah, we'd just like to apologize for that.
So I realized that because I was hosting that particular event, it was probably me who initiated that. So first of all, I'd like to apologize. Second of all, I'd like to just explain why I found that entertaining. Mostly because my father refers to my grandfather as Papadopoulos as like a joke. So when I saw that, that's what I initially thought of, and that was entertaining to me. There's nothing wrong with your name. I think as Americans, that's something we don't see every day, and that also is part of it as well. But of course, you should never make fun of anybody's name, and that was not the intention. So I apologize for that.
Yeah, and I'm also going to do a personal apology because I kind of started the really underestimating thing, because I said 3x3 for the 17th for a 3-minute average, which was like a huge underestimation. So, I mean, it's pretty hard. There's a lot of countries, obviously, in the world, and you don't know which ones cube and which ones don't, so you can never really tell which ones are going to have good cubers. So I definitely did not mean any offense for that. It was just me not knowing how good Greece is at cubing at all.
After looking into it, we're actually really impressed. We had no idea that there was such a fast community there, so keep at it.
You guys over there are pretty legit. Keep doing what you're doing. So now, back to the rest of the podcast with Sean. We haven't forgotten about you, don't worry. So we're going to be moving on to our questions and answers session. So the first question comes from Sparsh Ilawadi. Sorry, I probably mispronounced that. For all of you, what other hobbies do you have apart from cubing?
I like to play soccer, and I used to play piano a lot. I haven't been playing that much lately. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, besides videography, that's pretty much my main hobby, but that's kind of obvious since I have a YouTube channel.
I didn't know you played soccer. I thought you just reffed.
Oh yeah, I also ref soccer, but that's a job, not a hobby. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, I took piano lessons for 5 years, and then I stopped because I just wasn't really into it. But, I mean, I play songs every once in a while with that, so I guess that's sort of a little side hobby. And then, what else? Video games. That's my big one. And I like reading when I have time, but during the school year I don't have time, which is sad. So, yeah.
Yeah, I play clarinet. I also run for school teams, but I don't really run outside of school because I'm just lazy. Yeah.
I'm sort of the opposite with that, actually. I run outside of school, but I don't run on track in school. But that's mostly for, to get better at soccer.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Here you go. Okay.
It's so dang awkward. Okay, wait. From now on, if that ever happens again, the person whose first name comes first in the alphabet gets to go. So, Adam.
Okay, Adam.
Oh my god. I'm so done right now. Okay. So, I used to play electric guitar for many years, as well as I did some taekwondo, but those I have left behind. I played tennis for a while, and I did get into ping pong recently, and very recently, the past year, I would say I've been playing a lot more basketball and frisbee.
The only thing that I do besides cubing is soccer. I mainly just play for a club because I'm still in middle school, so it's not anything serious. But I'm definitely playing in high school.
So from KSN Cubed, Question for Sean. How do you balance school, speed cubing, and videography so well? Like, how do you continue to make high-quality videos on a weekly basis and still manage to be extremely fast at a lot of events?
Okay, so basically, most of it comes down to what I do in school, which is like whenever I'm not doing work in school, instead of talking with friends, usually I'll get my homework done then. So then I usually get it down to like a half an hour of homework. It was harder at the beginning of the school year, but I've gotten it down to that every night because I do so much of it in school, and I also do homework during lunch. So then I have a bunch more time at home. So usually I actually have a practice schedule. So I'll do that, and then I fit in time for videos. It's gotten more stressful now. I've been doing 2 times a week for videos, but I've sort of been able to manage. It just gets harder when I have to do reviews. Like right now, I have to edit a review after this podcast, so I'm kind of, that's going to be hard.
Yeah. That sounds like you're an extremely well-scheduled person. I'm the exact opposite of that.
Yeah, I need to learn how to do that.
Alright, so the next question also comes from KSN Cubed, who asked, for all of you, how different do you think your lives would be now if you had never picked up cubing? For me, I'll go first. I'm going to say very different.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say too.
I would say 3 different.
Exactly 3.
What?
Yep.
No, but seriously, it would be ridiculously different now that I think about it. It's so weird.
I would not say that for me, but I would say that I would have a lot less great friends. So.
Same.
Aww.
Yeah, that's kind of like it is for
True,
me. Like
true.
most of my really good friends have come from cubing, so that's just sort of my community, I guess, that I really connect with.
Yeah.
Yoshimura royally asks, what motivated you to do blind? Because after 8 years worth of general cubing and over 5 years of competing, I never got the motivation to practice.
Is he talking to me?
Ava forced
All of
me
us,
to
I
learn
guess.
blind.
I mean,
I think all of us, because I think
except Adam.
most of us know how to do blind, so.
Because I don't think I've
Sorry,
told
Adam.
anyone except Ava that I'm doing blind.
Oh, you are?
Sam.
Nice.
Oh,
Sam!
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh yeah, and Sam.
GJ, mate.
Alright, well, I guess we'll start with DG, because I think he was the first person to learn blind out of all of us.
So, pretty much what motivated me to learn blind, it's probably because, like, pretty soon after I started cubing, I realized that I wanted to do every event. Like, probably when I first got into a non-3x3 event. And so then I realized, like, it would be so cool if I could solve a cube blindfolded, because, like, just imagine that. And so then I watched Noah's tutorial, and, like, I just worked on that for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I finally got it, and yeah. Just, like, honestly, motivation to be cool. So. Yeah.
Mine was motivation to be more well-rounded. Yeah.
So, kind of similar to DG
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
little bit. Mine was, well, okay, I'd been wanting to learn blind for a while, like, since before the New Year's, like, I was planning on learning over winter break, but then that never happened, and then one day Ava was like, I'm gonna teach you blind, and, yeah. That's literally how it happened. She taught me blind that Friday, and then the next day I got my first success.
I
That's
got
insane.
very
It took
close.
me weeks.
So I'm on the same boat as far as motivation goes. I had old Pac-Man corners down, and I just started to get M2, but then I just lost interest, really. I wouldn't say motivation. I guess sort of motivation, but mostly interest. I just didn't find it that entertaining. I still believe that eventually I will go back to blind. Recently I have been doing some stuff recently I have been, like, thinking about it. And it's not something I can fit in right now, but definitely in the future. Just to give you an example, as like quote unquote blind practice, sometimes I memorize the answers on my multiple choice tests. So like I remember in particular there was a state bio test that I had to take, and everybody finished like hours early. So when I was finished, I was so bored that I memorized all like 50 questions, A through D.
Dang. I should have done that when we took the standardized test, because we had so much extra time.
Yeah, it's not real practice because it's just 4 letters, but still it's good
Yeah.
for for like pairing and stuff like that.
Yeah, letter pairs.
Oh, sorry. For me, I knew old Pac-Man corners.
Pac-Man.
Old Pac-Man. Old Pac-Man.
Alright, so I knew those a while ago because I think one time I was like super sick. I had like strep throat for a while, so I got bored. And I don't know why, my head was killing me, but I decided to try to learn blind with the tutorials. So I learned old Pac-Man. And then I knew that for like maybe 6 months or something, and I just didn't get the motivation to learn M2. I kind of wanted to learn the T-perm, or whatever it's called. I guess that's just old Pac-Man edges.
Yeah.
Because it's easier, but I didn't have the time to, so then I was Skyping Ava one time, and she wanted to race in blind, so then I had to have her teach me how to do that, so then now I know.
Cool.
And I only have one success, but I have a few really close ones, because that was just like a few weeks ago.
Cool. So
I got a success while on a bus on a school trip. That was pretty amazing. Like, with all those distractions, I don't know how I did it.
I got a success when I was getting a haircut one time. I mean, okay, that's not as cool as it sounds, because, like, I mean, my mom cuts my hair. I've never been to a barber shop. It's just at my house. But, like, you know, yeah. Like, because she has a cosmetology license
shop
and
you're just like...
Yeah. No, she has, like, a cosmetology license and everything, so, like, yeah. She's cut my hair since I was very, very little. And, yeah, so I just, like, I memorized it before the haircut started, and then I just put it, like, under the cape thing, and then, like, I solved it. But then yeah, that was fun.
So, from Roger Lightbody.
Hey, it's Roger Lightbody.
Hey, would you rather have a good OLL and a bad PLL, or a bad OLL and a good PLL?
Probably the latter.
Yeah, I would say the latter as well.
I would definitely say the former, because I can almost sub one pretty much all PLLs, but OLLs, I don't know, it just seems easier. Like, if I got a Soon and then a G-perm, I could get that I could do that in like 2 seconds. But if I got I don't know, what's a really bad, well, like, if I got a dot case that I really don't like that really rare dot case where with all the, it's just an EO
I don't think
case,
that's even that bad.
Well, I don't know, I don't like it, so if I got that and then like a U-perm, that would probably take me 3 seconds or so.
Probably opposite of what Sean said. But, like, I just do, like, EO and CP stuff, so, I mean, OLCP stuff, so this is sort of not realistic.
That's true.
I don't know.
I think I would rather have, a bad OLL and a good PLL, because I don't really have any bad OLLs except for, like, that one. And then, like,
same.
I don't know, I do have bad PLLs, like the NB and the V perm, so.
Yeah.
So the next question comes from Eyeballs211. Now, I'm not sure if this person has 211 eyeballs or what, but, yeah. Anyway, to Allison. You mentioned that your brother lives in Japan for school. Is he fluent in Japanese?
Somehow I read that as live streams, but okay, anyway.
What?
He does not live
streams
stream
in Japan.
for school, yeah, no.
I thought you meant like your brother is fluent in live streams.
What? No,
Title, anybody?
I didn't read no, he's, I don't know if you can call him fluent, but he knows enough to make decent conversation with native Japanese speakers.
It's the two
I don't
basics
think-
of foreign languages: toilet and food.
Yeah, you don't even know
Then I'm
that
fluent
much
in Spanish.
to, like, do well in Japan. You don't even know that much Japanese.
Too well in Japan.
I don't know, like, live,
communicate.
survive.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother, I mean, he lives there, so yeah, he knows enough to survive in Japan. Yeah.
I hope so.
And I think he can pretty much talk with all his Japanese coworkers and stuff, so.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, it's not for school. Well, it will be for
I'm
school
recording a
soon, but
podcast.
currently it's for teaching. But he's actually going to end up getting a master's there, so then it will be for school. But, yeah.
Okay. Now, this next question comes from Tubbs Nico.
Is that like Tubbs from that cat game?
What?
Tubbs.
Okay.
You guys don't know. I think it is. Is like this game with Nico in it. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm
Anyway.
very sick.
He or she said, for all, if you mess up on an unboxing video, do you rebox the puzzle and do it again?
No, I edit the
No.
crap out of it.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It's like, it takes so long. One time, I had an unboxing video. I think it was an unboxing video. And I did a solve. It was one of my recent unboxings. I did a solve, and at the end I said, oh wait, no, it was walkthrough solve. So I did one of the solves. I said, and then we have a perm instead of an a perm. So I took the audio and I shifted it ahead, because then I said after I said in a perm in hopes that I could edit it. So I took that audio, shifted it back, took the Skewb audio since I said the word in the middle of the actual a perm, and I keyframed the audio so that it went down and back up. And then it was actually pretty convincing. Like you could kind of tell if you were
Okay,
looking for
I
it, but
would have just like put text over it and said like a perm. I corrected myself.
because
Like,
I don't
really?
like, I don't know. I can't. I don't know.
And that's not even. That's
I
like
just don't like
not an
sounding like that.
unboxing.
That's like so much work. No, you know what I did that one time though? Like, I think some of my older viewers will know this. Like, not older in age, but older in time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one time I had a review of like the Taiyan Guhong or something. Anyway, so that was back when I used to score cubes and back when I used my 3DS to record. So I said I was
Oh
gonna
my
give it a
goodness,
9.9 out of 10. And then I was editing using Movie Maker because I was a noob, and
Hey,
I
Sean was
realized-
using Movie Maker before.
I got to 2,000 subscribers with Movie Maker.
oh man, nice. Yeah, Movie Maker.
No, but
meh.
he had a good camera.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, for like after like 1,000 subscribers. I think. But yeah,
Anyway,
anyway, continue.
so I said I gave it a 9.9 out of 10, and when I was editing, I was like, yo, I don't think this cube deserves a 9.9. I think it's more of a 9.5 kind of cube. And so then I went back to the carpet in my room in a completely different place. Like, there was stuff in the background that was not there at all. Like, different angle completely. And I recorded myself holding the cube and saying 5. And then I cut out the
9.5.
9 and I stuck in the 5 with the video. Like, I didn't even realize that I could just narrate over it. I included the video. And so then it was like a 9.5 but like I sort of still kept part of the 9, so it sounded more like a 9.5 out of 10, and it was terrible.
I don't think that the fact you were using Movie Maker is what made you a noob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
I remember him showing us that video, and we were just like, oh my goodness, what have you done?
Yeah, I think I reacted to that I react to my old videos video, which I still used a 480p
Oh,
camcorder
that,
for
yeah,
when
that
I
might
did
be
that.
where we saw it.
Yeah.
You should do a reaction video to your old reaction video.
I think I'm just gonna react to my old videos again, because that other video is old.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's the point.
What?
All right, whatever. I
Yeah.
think that it's hard to mess up an unboxing that much. Usually, you could just like Sean
Yeah.
said, just edit it until it's okay. Like, and
Yeah.
you have to put in a lot of effort.
I mean,
but if you do
the-
somehow mess it up that badly, just don't post it.
Yeah,
There's
that's
no
what I was
point.
gonna say.
Yeah, but I mean, how do you, like, I'm trying to comprehend how do you mess up opening a box, because you could always, like, say, finish the opening the box part, and then if you're really not happy with how you worded your first impressions, just do, like, hey, it's the next day, and do, like, a new first impressions, I don't know.
Yeah. For the Chi Square one, I screwed up my unboxing, so I just made a first impressions video of it instead.
Yeah, like, I mean, I just did an unboxing of 2 puzzles that aren't coming out yet, and I'm probably gonna re-record, like, some first impressions, because I feel like I just blubbered absolute gibberish when I was trying to do my first impressions.
Wow, that's a
So-
new verb. I blubbered.
Blubbered. Blubbered.
But the hard thing about, like, you can't just always not upload it, because especially when you're testing cubes, you're sort of like,
Just
you're
make a
sort of in an
review.
obligation to upload
Yeah.
an unboxing
Just
and
make
a
a
review.
review.
At least I am. I feel like
But
I
I
am.
mean,
not.
first impressions I feel like are likened to an unboxing. I don't know.
Hmm?
First impressions, I feel
Oh
like
yeah, that's
are
true.
pretty
But I was
similar.
just saying, like, you can't just always just not post it. Like, forget about the video.
Yeah.
Plus Cuber1 asked, for the next video, for all, what is the most embarrassing / awkward moment at a first competition?
So, I mean, there's a lot of embarrassing moments, but one thing that I'm remembering really vividly right now that I'd rather say is it was just a really annoying moment where I was staying at the Ramada and some idiot pulled the fire alarm in the middle of the night. and on like the first day or something, it might have been Thursday night or Friday night. So we had to go out for like, I don't even remember how long it was. I might have fallen asleep. It might have been like an hour. It might have been like 20 minutes. But yeah, I don't know. And the people across from me, I think it was like JSB Cuber, Juliana Bennett, she didn't even know. So she got to sleep through it, which was really annoying. I mean, not that she did, but just the fact that I did notice it.
Okay, so I don't have a particular moment like a lot of other people, but I think mainly it's just me walking in. I know DG was already going to be there, and I was, I needed to find him in order to know what to do. So I walked in and literally had no idea what the hell I was doing. So, like, I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what to do. I literally just stood there in the entrance for a few minutes until I decided I better go find DG.
So Sean, what was your embarrassing moment, though?
I don't want to say it embarrassing.
No, you can do this, Sean. We're all making
Alright.
sacrifices for this podcast.
Sean, it can't be that bad.
I'm just trying to think of like what the best one would be then.
You've had that many?
Wow.
No,
All
okay.
right.
It was Nationals 2014. I probably have like 3. I'm just trying to like, cause you
Probably
know,
have
it's-
like 3.
Wait, you were at Nats
Yeah.
2014?
Yeah. Were you?
Yeah, all of us were.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was my first.
Wow.
That was the.
We
comp
live, like,
that I just
45
did at the
minutes
entrance
away.
at.
Yeah.
That was
My
the
All right,
first comp was
maybe I
2014.
think it was probably something like, so there was these glasses that people had, these goggles that were from the exhibit that made your vision shift like 30 degrees or something to the right. And so me and this other kid were trying them on and solving and stuff. So then we tried to get Matt's Volk to try it on. And he was just like, no, I don't want to. So yeah, that was really funny.
You know what happened? We were stationed at Nats 2014 right by that sneeze machine, and every time it went off, it scared the crap out of all of us.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay, so do you want to go to the next thing?
Wait,
The
DG,
next
what about
question.
your story?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
My story?
DG.
At my first comp,
Didn't you
Oh,
and your
come on.
parents sit in the competitor
Yeah, you were
area?
sitting in the
that was
competitor.
okay. Sadly enough, that was actually my second comp.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, we'll move on. If you don't have.
No,
anything.
but I do have one little thing for my first comp. So this didn't actually happen, but it sort of did. So I was
Great.
okay. So you know, I was just sitting there in the chairs, like with my parents and my aunt, and like I had a cube with me. Anyway, I saw some people practicing magic, and this was like about 12 days after magic was removed. So I was thinking, like I didn't know how competitions worked at all. Like I didn't realize they only held specific events at a competition. So like I was considering going up to those people and saying like, you know, magic isn't an event anymore, so you shouldn't be practicing that. Or something like that. Or like I was gonna tell them they couldn't compete in it or whatever, something weird like that. I don't know. It was pretty bad. Didn't happen. I didn't, but I almost did. I was very close to doing that.
For Sean, if you had to rename your channel, what would you name it?
I would either like ponder a name for a really long time instead of just coming up with something that rhymes like on the spot. Or
I like
I
your
would just put it as my name, like Sean Belky, because I honestly, I think
Yeah, I mean,
that's
Uber Cuber
better.
is cool.
I don't
It
like
is
it.
cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Like honestly, the reason I got it is because it rhymes, and now I hate it because it rhymes because it sounds cheesy. But you know, whatever. And Felix has his name is just his channel, so. Or
Yeah,
his
because that's
channel
what
is
he's
his name,
most
so.
well known as.
Yeah, I
that's-
know,
Yeah.
but
Like, no, the
I
thing
could
is,
change what
He's
I'm
not
most known
really
as.
most known as Faz Rules 1.
Yeah, like I'm
Oh,
just
is
picturing.
his channel? Was that what it used to be
Yeah.
called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like when people come up to us at competitions, a lot of times they're like the programming cuber at DG Cubes, but like they're not gonna go up to him and be like, "Are you Faz Rules 1?"
Yeah. If you weren't a cuber, then what would you base your channel on? Would you keep uploading?
That's a good question. I would either do like it would definitely be sort of cinematic videography type stuff. The other thing I can think of that I would kind of like is doing tech videos, because I watch a lot of tech YouTubers that give me ideas, like this one shot that I tried to do in my review, but my lens didn't really want to do it. That Jonathan Morrison does a lot in his videos. Or I would just kind of do, like, I don't know how to categorize this, maybe landscape videography, just kind of going to places, like I have Great Falls near me, I don't know if anyone knows what that is, but and doing videos on that, so.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like a filmmaking channel, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so the next question comes from Spotty, who has 2 questions. What is your opinion on smaller YouTube channels making not as good quality videos, e.g. reviews and 360p unboxings? Just because I've noticed some people complaining and hating on some small channels who don't make JRCube or quality videos.
I think there's a cycle. I think that everybody starts somewhere, and you can't skip that step of whatever you said, 360p videos or whatever. You can't skip that. You always start off somewhere. You always start off at the bottom. Unless, of course, you've had like previous experience of somehow. I think we all know that people who criticize those particular people, or not criticize, who criticism is good. Constructive criticism is good. I mean, people who send hate to those channels, I think that they're necessary, but not good, because it adds to it really, in many ways, adds to motivations of making videos, and
It builds character.
I was just about to say, it builds you as a person, really. I mean, if I hadn't done, that's like going back to the other question about if you haven't done cubing. If I hadn't done cubing, I wouldn't have done YouTube, and I wouldn't have a lot of the qualities I have. Like, I have pretty thick skin after what I take from some of my videos, so.
Yeah, like, if you can't take people hating on your video quality, you're not going to be able to take having a YouTube channel with more than, like, a couple thousand subscribers. Because, like, you get some comments that are, like, if somebody said it to you in person, you would feel, like, really offended, and it would probably, like, ruin your day. But, like, you just have to get used to the fact that people are jerks.
I mean, okay, here's the thing about, there are very few channels like this, but some channels where it's just like, you have to think to yourself, why would you upload that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, sometimes that's actually on you, but for a lot of small channels, it's not on you, that's not your fault, everyone goes through that, but some of them are just like, why? What? That's where, I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but...
I think what she's describing, it's okay, but just be aware that not a lot of people are going to watch them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I think it kind of happens to everyone, so I wouldn't say they're necessarily victimized or anything, because I don't know, like, nothing like that. But I think that those people are kind of, I'm guessing they're jealous. I'm guessing that they have, most of the time, they probably have tried to start a channel or something, or, something like that, and it hasn't gone well. I just feel like that's sort of where that type of stuff would come from. I don't think it's a very nice thing to do, but, if you're, it doesn't matter necessarily if your camera isn't that good. If you're trying to make really good quality videos, then I can respect that. So.
Do you watch any other type of YouTube, like tech or gaming? And would you ever consider making a different type of channel?
I know Sean's answer.
Well, I have more than just that answer.
Yes.
Okay, any other type of YouTube? I definitely watch tech. I don't really watch gaming, but I also watch, I guess, comedy and stuff like that, besides cubing.
Like, what I watch is, like, 50% cubing, 50%, like, other stuff. I don't watch tech at all, but, like, I watch gaming and stuff like that. Yeah.
Alright, for me, it's like I watch mostly cubing. I watch a little bit of tech videos, but it's all just for, because it's the same type of idea behind making, like, a cubing review, at least from a cinematography standpoint, I guess, if you want to call it that. But I haven't watched many of those recently. I mostly watch filmmaking channels other than cubing, like Film Riot and Andy Axe and things like that. So, yeah.
I would, in order from most to least watched, this is tough, man. I would say miscellaneous is the most watched. It's hard to categorize the stuff, the type of stuff I watch.
Miscellaneous.
It's just random stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess kind of comedy-ish.
I guess a lot
yeah,
of it.
I forgot to.
A lot of it in that miscellaneous category, I guess, could be comedy.
I forgot to add for me also some like of the educational channels. Like I watch
you stole my
3B
thunder,
sauces.
Allison.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so like Allison was saying, under that I would probably put educational videos under that. Just like Allison was saying, Vsauce Veritasium, ASAP Science, Minute Physics.
Yeah, they're good.
Shoot, I know there are a lot more. CGP Gray is God.
CGP!
CGP Gray is God.
So true.
He actually is. Then then cubing. Then I would probably say like sports videos.
I would say mainly cubing, or like that's the highest percentage of the videos I watch. But I watch some tech, not as much as I used to. Some comedy and like some vlogging, skateboarding and stuff.
Oh, I forgot part of my answer. I just thought of something else that I watch. Or listen to most of the time. I listen to a lot of political and history stuff. Like the Ben Shapiro show and Steven Crowder's. Wait, is it Steven Crowder? Yeah, it might be louder with Crowder. I don't know that channel. So yeah.
It's master cubing. I'm gonna guess.
Matster.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Master cubing. So it's master cubing asks, do you have any tips for people who want to be sub 7 on Skewb? Same boat. I'm just gonna tell you what I'm trying to improve on, and then see what other people say, because everybody's obviously faster than me here. Except for Allison. And right now I'm trying to work on my first layer, because most times it's like usually putting in 2 corners, and then I have to look at the other 2, and that really slows down my look ahead for the next step. So I've been trying to work on that.
I think Sean is the most qualified person to answer this question.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, Sean.
Was it sub 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, honestly, you can get sub 6 if you just learn intermediate and then do like averages of 100 every day or every other day or something. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
KK.
Rest in peace, me.
Okay, so now we're going to be moving on to our next segment, which is Who Did What. So if you haven't heard us do this segment before, pretty much the way it works is, the 4 hosts, me, Allison, Ava, and Adam, have all written down something that we've done in the past, usually slightly embarrassing. And Sean is going to have to read them all out loud, and then he has to figure out who did which one of them. So who did what, if you prefer.
Come on, DJ. That's the easiest part, man.
I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, I just choked on my own saliva.
What?
Okay. I'm back. Okay. So anyway, Sean, would you like to begin with the first story here?
All right. When I was 6, I decided to ski down a steep mountain, but chickened out when I got to the top. I told my dad I was going to slide down on my butt instead, so he held my skis while I did that. After about 10 seconds, someone snowboarded at the top of the mountain, fell down, and hit me in the back. Ski patrol had to get me, but I was fine later that day.
Oh man.
Wow.
Do I read all of them and then guess?
Read all of them.
Wait,
and then
I'm
you
pretty
make
sure
your
there has
decisions.
not been a guest who has not answered that, like asked that question like word for word.
That's true. Maybe we should be more specific. Okay, keep
We should
going.
check that. I don't know. Keep going. Sorry.
All right. At one of my first competitions, I was starstruck when I met Bob Burton, even though it was actually Kian. Oh my gosh. By the way, the main reason I was so starstruck because I thought when I decided to learn OLMPL, I'll learn it from his website. I haven't even used his Alex yet, but I was still freaking out. That's hilarious. All right. I was playing cops and robbers outside at my friend's birthday party. It was dark and fairly late. We had made a previous agreement to warn everyone if we see a car coming up, so I noticed the glare of headlights during a small round and yelled to everyone. We step off to the side, and in the light from the headlights, we see the word police printed on the side of the car. Everyone looks at each other, eyes wide with an oh crap expression. Turns out one of my friend's neighbors must have thought the robbers were in our game were real and called the cops.
What?
It's the real cops. Scatter.
I was wondering where that was going.
That's good.
Okay, and the final story?
When my friends and I were younger, we would run and chase after each other with sticks when we were waiting for the bus. One time, a random person who we didn't know stopped and yelled at us because apparently playing with sticks is super dangerous and we're not allowed to have imaginations. Alright.
Okay. So now, Sean, it's your turn to decide who did which one of these.
Who did which one?
Oh, the ski one is Ava. The Kian Bob Burton one is Allison. Cops and Robbers is Adam, and Sticks is DG.
You got
Okay,
one.
so
You
you
got
got
one
one
right.
of them
Dang
right.
it.
You got
That's awful.
you got Ava's correct.
Oh, okay.
The Bob Burton Kian one is me.
All right.
And the cops and robbers was me.
I like to play with sticks.
Because as we know, Adam loves to hurt himself.
So anyway, that was really fun. I think we've learned a lot about our fellow hosts. That was pretty interesting. Anyway, we're going to move on from Who Did What now, and we're going to go to my favorite segment, Cubing in the News. So the way Cubing in the News works, if you haven't heard our other podcasts, is we have our guests read a news article where cubing is portrayed in a way that is just, for lack of a better word, lol. And so
That's not even a word.
I don't
Should've said
care.
for lack of a word.
True. Anyway, yeah, so this article is titled Abilene Boy Heads to Rubik's Cube Competition. Now, just saying, we have nothing against this boy, but we have everything against this article. So, so Sean, if you would click on that link in the show notes, anybody else who is interested in reading along with us can click in the show notes. Yeah.
Alright. Abilene, Texas. 12 seconds is all that it takes for one Abilene boy to finish a Rubik's Cube. Gavin Alexander, 10, attends Wiley Middle School. Naturally, math is his favorite subject. In his spare time, he's taken up mastering the Rubik's Cube. What made me want to do the Rubik's Cubes was my cousin. He inspired me, pretty much, Gavin said. He's only been working on solving the puzzles for about 6 months. He's a kid that picks something up and he tries something until he gets it right, until he masters. Gavin's father, Josh Alexander, said. Josh Alexander says that after noticing his son's potential, he encouraged him to take his skills to the competition level. He said he wanted to compete, so I encouraged him. This is awful. So encouraged him to do so. Just like myself in anything in life, you got to go after it, Josh said. Gavin's knowledge of math helps him I'm not reading that.
No, Sean, you have to read it.
Gavin's knowledge of math helps him solve the Rubik's Cube by using an algorithm.
Oh my god.
And
algorithm, just one. In 12 seconds. Alright, while most struggle with the simple cube, Gavin has mastered a variety of shapes. He says his favorite puzzle is the pyramid. At least I did say triangle.
DG just
Gavin
died.
will be heading...
Wait, okay.
Gavin will be heading to San Antonio in May to compete against other Rubik's Cube mathematicians from around the world.
And that's Cubing in the News.
That's
So,
hilarious.
so I think what we're gonna do now is go through and say pretty much everything wrong with this, right? So
Yep.
who wants to take whatever the first thing?
Alright, I will.
Okay.
Math is his favorite subject, and somehow that's supposed to be
Like,
assumed.
naturally, it's his favorite subject.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously.
yeah. I mean, what else would you expect?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I think
He's only been working on solving the puzzles for 6 months, so he's been... Yeah, it's taken him 6 months to solve it once.
and the next thing is pretty obvious. An algorithm.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
algorithm.
Sean, I'd like to know, what algorithm do you use?
I use RU, R prime, U prime.
Okay,
I just do that
nice.
over and over and over again.
Okay, cool.
No,
cool.
and I like how it says his knowledge of math helps him.
Yeah.
Maybe he used,
That's
maybe
definitely
he
a
used
big one.
Devil's algorithm.
Yeah.
Oh,
True.
April's.
What's that?
It's if you keep doing the algorithm, then it's eventually gonna solve.
Yeah.
That would be known as every algorithm ever.
No, like starting from scrambled. It's like an algorithm. It's called the Hamiltonian circuit. It cycles through every.
Oh,
cycles through
wait, was
every-
that that video by that guy who tried to convince everyone that you could do L prime, U prime over and over again?
Yeah, but
So
there's
like
actually
that-
a real alg.
There is a real devil's algorithm.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like thousands of moves long or something. I don't know.
Oh, alright.
Maybe hundreds. I'm not sure. It's very long though, because like it has to cycle through all
Thousands, maybe
43
even
quintillion. You
hundreds.
know. Anyway, I don't think he's doing that.
Yeah,
He'd have to
I don't think
cycle
he's
through
doing that to
quintillions of
achieve 12
combinations.
seconds.
Or rather, permutations, not combinations. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
Um,
And other Rubik's Cube mathematicians, don't forget.
Yeah, that's the main reason I had to put this article as a Cubing in the News thing. The fact that they call cubers Rubik's Cube mathematicians, it's just like...
no, but I just want to ask you, am I a horrible person for doing this? Going back to like the devil's algorithm thing. When somebody gets really gets under my skin, when they ask me over and over and over again to teach them 3x3, Sometimes I just tell them, I teach them Mario Warp from you, probably tell them to keep doing it. Is that a horrible thing?
Well, if they're kind of bright, then they'll figure out that doesn't affect the other,
Yeah.
like, half of the cube also.
Yeah, but how are they supposed to know?
Yeah, that's a good point.
What do you
I
mean?
don't know.
How are they supposed to?
I think I only
like-
did it once, but
Okay.
I would only do it to people who really deserve it.
So that's it for cubing in the news. That is actually our very last segment for today. So now I think it's about time to announce our next. I was gonna say contestant. Our next guest.
Oh, wait, can I just say something?
Price is right.
Yeah.
If you have any good ideas for a new segment, leave them in the comments, because we're always open to adding new segments. And if you
Yeah.
can't think of anything and you see a good one in the comments, be sure to upvote it so we know which ones you guys want to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Okay. So that about wraps up this episode of the Dlsone podcast. But before we go, we need to announce our next guest. So drum roll, please. And our next guest is Pavan Ravindra. So
Hey.
if
Pavement.
Yeah, pavement river drama. So please leave your questions and comments, not comments, questions for Pavement River Drama, and of course us in
You're
the
not allowed to
comments
leave
below.
comments.
You're not allowed to
Oh,
leave
and,
comments. They
if-
have to be questions.
If for some reason you don't know who Pavement is, he's also known as 5.58.
Yeah, he has an official 5.58 Rubik's Cube single. He has held like national records in one hand, and I'm not sure if he still does.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
Sorry for not knowing.
He does.
Yeah, he does. Okay. One handed's a stupid event anyway. So.
Oh.
So anyway, no offense, Pavan, but yeah.
He's gonna have to make an apology for that next episode.
Yeah, everybody
Hey,
in the
don't
comments.
joke about the apology. That was a serious thing.
Yeah, that was a serious apology. But
Yeah,
this,
but no, we're
but
actually-
I'm
I
not
don't think we're-
apologizing for one-handed being a dumb event. It is. Okay, no. So even though I'm the host, I'm gonna make Adam do the outro because I'm a terrible person, and
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. So, that's about it for this one. We want to give a big thank you to Sean once again for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Not a problem. And that's about it for this one. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can leave them down below, and that'll be much appreciated. Like, share this video, and follow us on social media in order to be awesome. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Bye, Sean.
Okay, bye.